time, we're gonna give you $40 off, which is huge. But what I think the best benefit is when you get VIP financing. And what that does, and I think this is amazing for our card, is at certain price points, we're gonna give you 12 to 18 months to pay things off, and we do not charge any interest on that. Every other credit card you use is gonna charge you monthly interest. That's how they make money. We don't with ours, which is really amazing. Get more details on hsn.com. All right, Lou's hanging out with me for a little bit longer because Lou literally 15 years ago was the guy who launched this. And to this day, it is still our #1 most popular, best-selling origami we offer. It is the GOAT. It's the greatest of all time. In fact, the pewter that I have right here, I'm touching, I have 2 of these. And again, originally it started out as kind of helping me out in my laundry rooms / crafting area. And today, because I moved several times since then, it's now making our storage a breeze. It makes smart space of whatever place you live and whatever need you have. So this is the big guy. It's 4 shelves. It's a huge unit, which is lovely because it holds a lot and it's sturdy as all get out. Here are the colors I have. I'm going to actually start on that end. Again, the favorites are here, which is nice to have them in stock. This is going to be your classic black. Looks great. You know, the only reason I have the pewter, I like the pewter, is we didn't have any other colors when we started. That mine's 15 years old and they're still going strong. So there's black. This one is called our bronze, okay? So it's a pretty bronze color. There's less than 800 there. The next one, this is the famous pewter. This is what started it all. We've sold more of pewter than any other color. It's great. It's a real good neutral. Then here, this is called our platinum. So it's more like a silver. With no sparkle to it. It's just a pretty silvery color. We also have the white, and here's what I want you to grab. I don't have it here, but Lou, you might have it down there. We have that eggnog. So if you saw the eggnog in our today's special, which is like an ivory, we actually have it in the big one. Now, this cost, and could you do me a favor? Could you look, wait, I can look at it right now. Don't change the graphics, I gotta look. Okay, this costs $22 to ship. Everybody buys the big guy with free shipping and handling days because it's very expensive to ship this. So again, great time to get your origami and get multiples because we rarely have these on free shipping. One other quick note, this is crazy. Right now, if you look this item up on hsn.com, there are 3,050 perfect 5-star reviews. That's people getting excited about shelving. And that's only because it's the brilliant origami. I love that. Over 3,000 5-star reviews right now.
Oh yeah, it warms my heart to hear that too. Because you know, after spending a decade and a half selling these, I like that people enjoy them, you know what I mean? And taking the time to give a review on a piece of storage, which is crazy. By the way, this is that eggnog that you were talking about right here, Suzanne. I don't know if you've seen this color before, but it is a wonderful neutral. People have described it as buttercream, you know, all different examples, but it is a beautiful off-white here, really nice neutral that everybody's been going absolutely crazy for. But let me push this guy aside real quick, and I'm gonna show you what origami is all about, all right? So we'll put this guy back. I'm gonna grab the pewter because, as you said, most of mine are pewter because this was the original color, so I just kept building on that. But what you're looking at right here is 12 linear feet of storage, okay? Because each one of the shelves on this origami, it's all powder coated steel, by the way. Each shelf is 3 feet across. They're also 18 inches deep. There's 4 shelves on this, so that's where I'm getting the 12 from, because 4 times 3 is 12, so 12 linear feet. You're getting 18 inches depth on this, and what's significant about that is most shelving systems are only 12 inches. You're only getting a foot. So you're getting an extra half foot of storage, because we figure if we're gonna take up the vertical storage in your house, we might as well take up as much as we can, all right? But the magic of origami, which is named after the ancient Japanese art of paper folding, is this. 12 linear feet of steel with just a little flick of my wrist and a kick of the foot goes down to 4 inches wide, okay? That's kind of amazing. And what's even more amazing is that that's how this is gonna come to your house, shipped for free, and it's 37.5 pounds of steel. That is nothing to sneeze at, because that would cost you somewhere in excess of $25. And that's our rate to do that. I think that people, if they tried to do it themselves, would actually pay a lot more. But Suzanne, let me show everybody real quick how to set this up. When you get it home, the hardest thing you're gonna do is get it out of the cardboard box. Once you do, just grab the sides, pull it open like that. I'm gonna turn mine around so you can see the origami toggle on the back of this. Now, the significance of this toggle is that it's a patented design. All I've got to do is thread this through here like this, And then I'm just gonna push down on this, and you're gonna watch the whole thing is gonna squat. Watch this. I put my hand in there, we push down. Now the whole thing sat down a little bit, but what it's really doing is it's putting tension on all these other bars that are down there. And that's why it's patented, because it actually gives this structural stability just by doing that. Then I'm gonna flip over the top shelf, Suzanne. It's only hinged on the one side, so you can fold it. There's one more latch right here on the top, and all we've got to do is just put that into position. Gravity does a fine job of holding this in place, but we want the extra security of putting that latch in just like that. And that's what's going to hold that there for you. Now, the only other thing, Suzanne, is the wheels. Do you want wheels or not want wheels? We give you the wheels. You're going to get 4 of them. 2 of them are going to be locking wheels. You don't have to use them, and here's the significance of using them. If you put the wheels on, it raises these about 3 inches off the ground. So for safety's sake, we say we don't want them to get tippy. Limit yourself to 75 pounds per shelf, all right? But that's 300 pounds, though, weight capacity with the wheels that you can move around. But, Suzanne, if you don't use the wheels, then you can go to the maximum weight capacity, which is 250 pounds per shelf. There's 4 shelves. That's 1,000 pounds weight capacity without the wheels, guys. That's a ton, half a ton of storage when you buy one of these tonight.
Okay, so here's my analogy on the weight. If you think about an NFL lineman, and they're 250 pounds a piece, you could literally have 4 of them on here. Can you imagine 4 giant football players sitting on this thing? That is how much weight this will hold. That's the brilliance of origami, because it's durable, it's long lasting, they're sturdy as all get out, they look good. Even when you pile it up, and again, you're gonna use less weight if you have the wheels on it, it's very, very easy to roll these around. One of my favorite things is being able to get the dust bunnies out from under it. So when I had these originally, I had a ton of sewing machines on it, very, very heavy stuff. And I had 2 of them in a row, and they almost acted like a room divider, because it was actually part of my craft room was on this side and my guest area was on this side. It's a multi-purpose room. And what I loved about it is I could roll them out, I could get all the dust bunnies and then roll them back against the wall, and it was very easy to do. They've now gone into my storage, and Lou and I talk about this all the time. I was able to spend a lot less on my storage unit because I was able to downsize, because now I'm using that vertical space. Those storage units, they go all the way up to the ceiling, but you're like, well, there's not a shelf in the world that even goes that high. So we have tubs, right? And you put 10 tubs on a row, no one can lift them, no one can move them, and I guarantee you haven't seen what's in that bottom tub for 10 years, right? With this, you throw all those heavy tubs with the Christmas decorations on them, and the spring and summer themed stuff, and stuff you have in storage, and all of a sudden, to get to ours, I literally just roll it out, and then I pull the neck, I go out to the hallway with it, I get what I need, I put it, and then I put it back in. So now you're gonna put your origamis and completely fill up your entire storage unit, because you can roll them out and create your own little hallway to get in and then roll them back. I hope that makes sense, because once you start transforming those messy spaces, your garage, if you haven't parked your car in your garage in years, grab a bunch of these, use the free shipping, use our flex pay. Please take advantage of the savings tonight, because these are all on sale. And I am telling you, when your garage is all spick and span and everything's organized and you can find your tools and you can get to everything, and then when you pull your car in for the first time in 10 years, you're gonna be like, that was the greatest investment I've ever made. And you'll be one of those people, Lou, that truly go online. Who goes online and writes a positive review about shelving? Nobody. But these are so good. There's now 3,000 5-star reviews. And tonight, you guys, is the perfect time to get them. Make sure to take advantage of the savings, the price, the free shipping, because the free shipping, I guarantee you, will go away after the weekend. But Lou, you know, you've used them in a whole multitude of ways.
Oh my gosh, yeah. You know, I did a count the other day of my warehouse at my studio, and I have over 30 origami pieces in my studio, like between the warehouse and we have a storeroom there. Oh yeah, they're everywhere. And it's because it's so easy for us to work with these. They're so simple. I wanted to show you real quick. You know, we always talk about how origami is a storage solution and not a storage problem. And part of that is if I don't have anything on the shelf, it doesn't have to take up this footprint. Normally with shelves, you build build them and that's it, okay? With Origami, they're made so that you can do this thousands and thousands of times. Like you, I've got pieces that are 15 years old, okay? They look exactly the same today as they did the day that I got them. And while I was talking here, how many times have I opened and closed this already? That's how fast and that's how easy to do. And you won't even have to think about it. Now, the question, Suzanne, is what do people do with these, okay? They do everything with these. People use them, we call them store decor now because they use them for storage and they also use them for decor in their homes. If you look at the one I've got behind me here, there's a lot of great examples all on one rack of what you can do. Do you need someplace to stow your firewood to get it up off the ground? This is perfect for that. Your tools in the garage, get them off the ground so you know where they are. So you're not going to be going out there and constantly buying the same things over and over again. You were talking about the tubs. I love this for these tubs because you know that we celebrate every single holiday. My wife Kelly's got decorations for everything. They're all in the tubs, but now they're not crushing everything when I stack them. And I can get to anything that I need so easily by sliding them in and out. If you got kids and you got sporting goods, of course they're in, athletics. Guess what? Great to put them in some bins, stick them on the shelves right here. And then, Suzanne, for those parties you have with that big tub that's going to be full of ice and, frosty beverages, boom, right there. Look how big that is, and it fits effortlessly on that shelf.
Well, it's all the sporting equipment. It's the pool noodles. It's all the swimmy stuff you have. It's just think about the paint cans you have. How many of us have that particle board, that shelf that's all particle board, and it's like leaning. No one has touched a paint can on that particle board shelf since the time you put them all in there. Because if you lift one off, the whole thing's going to crumble and fall over. It's all the paint cans.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you, it's your basement. Is your basement just full of junk? Let's be honest. We're just tossing stuff down there. How many times have you discovered you have 3 or 4 hammers because you keep buying another one because you can't find the 3 you already bought? All of that changes. Like, you're going to be so pleasantly surprised at how your space breathes again and you breathe again. You're like, oh, I do know where the hammers are in the garage. Oh, I do know where the kids' sports equipment. Oh my goodness, those tubs I haven't looked at in 10 years, I actually can get my hands on it, It's just really a game changer. And I hope and encourage you with our sale price, the free shipping, I think we're doing, what are we doing on this? 4 Flex? Yeah, 4 Flex. You can get these home for about $35. Get them at home. If it doesn't dramatically transform your space, you can send it back. We'll refund your money in 30 days, no problem. But I almost 99.9% think that they'll stay. Mine all have. I've never sent one back, and I've always found a job for them. And like I said earlier, you buy them for one idea, and you'll find, Lou, just like you are, you've moved several times now because of the hurricanes, and I'm sorry about that, but you'll find that these transform and change as your needs change and as your living circumstances change.
And even when you downsize, Suzanne, you never get rid of your Origamis. That's the crazy thing. Like, once you've got them, you're not giving them up, okay? Because you're gonna find a use for them no matter what. And by the way, one last thing, one last thought. These are particle-coated steel. I know we talked about that briefly, but that means you can use them indoors and outdoors. They're gonna resist corrosion, chipping, and scratching. So it opens up a whole nother world of possibilities.
Sure does. Oh yeah, we have these people have them out by the grill. They have them outside for all the pool noodles. All right, real quick, wait. We've got the platinum, we've got the pewter, we've got the bronze, we have the black, and we also have the new eggnog as well. Thanks, Lou. I will see Lou up here in Pennsylvania here pretty soon as well. Coming up next, join Mangana with a brand new Today's Special.
Trusted by millions. She is one of America's most